What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where it's been a minute, but we have got ourselves an update from the Division Resurgence, and it's an update I think a lot of people will be interested in because it's not just a test in a different country. If you remember, we got a bit of an update a while back. They were doing a test in Romania, but it was exclusive to Romanian players, right? But there is some news. We're going to go through this news together. I'll start and stop it along the way. Before we get into it, do me a favor. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 40,000 subs before the end of the year. So if you can help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. Let's get into it. Hopefully the sound will work and you guys can hear it as well.
Hello agents, and welcome to this very first community update, where we would like to take a few moments to say a huge thank you for the 9,000 players who joined us in our Romanian closed test.
So straight away off the rip, 9,000 players in Romania. That to me instantly felt like a lot. With it being such a small region, I was like, 9,000 is quite a lot for that very, very limited test. So that's a good sign already. And another thing which was great right off the rip, I am going to rewind just a minute. We are 13 seconds in and I'm rewinding already. But
hello agents.
This is James Berry, and he was the same com dev that was around all them years ago when we first heard about the game. So that's good news as well. You know, seeing the same faces kind of builds confidence that behind the scenes, hopefully that's the same. And they've been, you know, working and grinding hard to make this game great.
And welcome to this very first community update, where we would like
I also
to
want his hoodie.
To say
so if you're watching, James, please send it me.
9,000 players who joined us in our Romanian closed test. This closed test in Romania was an opportunity for us to check that the work done on the backend processes of the game.
So let's just take a very quick look at this. So it looks very, very similar UI wise to what we've seen already. If you played any of the previous tests, so you were lucky enough to get in. So yeah, it looks very, very similar. You can see still the ability to play with 4 people, still all the menus up at the top. This would drive me wild that this person's not gone into all of these menus. But yeah, and you know, graphically for a mobile game, looks pretty good.
During the past 2 years was implemented correctly. It enabled us to see what functions and what might still need improving. Indeed, since our last test in 2023, our team has been very busy improving the backend processes and the tools that we need to launch. We should be able to tell you more about these invisible changes a bit later. Now, the point of any test is to test things and to see what works and what doesn't work. And in that respect, this test was very successful. Straight away,
just before he gets into that, I want to comment on that a little bit. So it does look like that they've been working really hard behind the scenes to make day-to-day running of the game and maybe options that they have while the game is running. Obviously, it's a live game, just like, you know, the Division is on PC. But it just looks like, although the game was ready to be tested, they probably didn't have the tools and capabilities that they wanted to. Maybe they were able to kind of scrape data from the game as they wanted to and things like that. So the last 2 years really have been developing them systems so that when it comes to actually running the game and running the live service, they've got much more options and much more data available. But hopefully we'll find out a bit more. I like and I'm interested in things like that, the behind the scenes stuff. And James was very kind in saying that we'll hear more about it later.
Were stumbling into a bug in the early missions of the game where loot wouldn't appear, and that would make it impossible for them to complete the objectives. Our teams were rapidly able to identify the server-side processes that were causing this and implemented a fix just a few days later. We also became aware of a bug preventing players from equipping mods, and another one where the user interface would randomly disappear. Now, these couldn't be corrected within this test, but they'll be fixed for the next one. We have a few cool bits of data that we want to share with you. The first one being that you fired over 32 million bullets during the test. The first player to have reached level 40 in the game is Major Sue's 4.
Big shout out to Major Zeus.
In the Dark Zone was achieved by Adawan Girl, dying just about 190 times.
Oof, that's a rough stat to get publicized. It would probably be me if it was me.
But the highest number of kills in the Dark Zone PvE and PvP was achieved by Ninja D'Amato.
Holy smokes. That is a lot of kills. Now, it's PvP and PvE kills, and as well, what you got to remember, you might not remember if you didn't play the test, but the Dark Zones only open at certain times. So it's not like they've just been able to go in and grind that out. Unless they were able to in the test, maybe they were. But last time the test was on, it's a limited availability to get into the Dark Zone at certain times of the day. So that's a lot of kills.
With 5,948 kills. And finally, of course, the biggest clan on the server was Black Tusk with just over 60 players.
61 members? Oh, come on. Let us have bigger clans on the PC. Come on, I wonder how big the clans can be.
Players involved. So what's next? Well, we are gearing up for our next big test, and this one will be a big one because we want to include a lot more of you, especially in regions where we know a lot of players are very excited to get their hands on the game.
Come on, Europe.
We will now start focusing on looking at the player progression and the balancing mid to late game. We want to check that the myriad of tiny changes and tweaks that we've made to the balancing work, but this time with a lot more players to push things to their limits. We'll be revealing more information about this next test very soon. Brilliant. And by the way, for this next test, if you enjoy creating content and want to cover Resurgence, make sure that you are on the Ubisoft Creator Program and have selected The Division Resurgence as one of your favorite games. You can also reach out to us on X, Twitter, and Discord. That wraps it up for our very first community update. Thank you so much for joining us. We do hope you enjoyed, and we hope to see you very soon in The Division Resurgence.
So that was it. That was a very, very quick update, which I definitely appreciate it. I like them kind of things. The logo is absolute fire. But
hello, agents, and
that's enough for now, James. Let's just put it back to that screen there. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this something that you are going to play? We did get a very slight hint. I made a video about it a while back that we might be getting a PC client for this. I think it was Nothing But Skills put a comment on X, and they kind of give a thumbs up to it because the Destiny mobile game had just launched at that time, and quite successfully with its kind of built-in PC mobile emulator. So I am really, really hoping that we do get a PC client along with this. Although I did manage to get it working on my PC via emulation during one of the previous tests. It would be great if we've got something native, right? Native is always best. But that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Help me get to that 40,000 subscriber goal before the end of the year. And if you're on mobile, you can press that hype button. That really does help me out as well. Thank you so much for watching, agents. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.